In the fury of World War II, a time when every soldier carried a rifle and survival was a minute-to-minute struggle, one man walked onto the battlefield armed with nothing but his faith and a medical kit. His name was Desmond Doss, and to almost everyone around him, he was a man who didn't belong in the army. Doss grew up in a quiet, religious family in Lynchburg, Virginia. He despised violence, believing so deeply in the commandment, "Thou shalt not kill," that he refused to even touch a gun. But as the world plunged into war, he knew he couldn't just stand by. He felt a duty to serve, just not by taking lives. So he enlisted as a conscientious objector, determined to be a medic who would save the wounded but never carry a weapon. From his very first day in boot camp, he was an outcast. His fellow soldiers mocked him. They called him a coward. Some even tried to get him discharged, arguing that an unarmed man was a liability, a danger to everyone. His commanding officers piled on the pressure. "Just hold a rifle, Doss. Just qualify on the range. That's all we're asking." But he refused. It wasn't stubbornness. It was conviction. He believed that if he compromised his beliefs just once, he'd lose himself forever. Despite the constant harassment, he never quit. He trained harder than almost anyone, mastering every medical skill he could. Slowly, a few soldiers began to notice his quiet, unshakable determination. Still, most doubted he would hold his ground when the bullets started flying. Then came 1945. Doss's unit was deployed to Okinawa, the site of one of the bloodiest battles in the Pacific. Their objective: capture a formidable 400-foot cliff known as Hacksaw Ridge. To even reach the battlefield, soldiers had to scale a massive cargo net hanging down the sheer rock face, all while Japanese forces waited at the top, ready to unleash hell. The first assault was a massacre. Men fell, screams filled the air, and the ambulances below couldn't keep up. When the retreat order was finally given, the surviving Americans scrambled back down the cliff, leaving dozens of wounded comrades behind. To stay meant certain death. Everyone knew it. Everyone except Desmond Doss, while enemy patrols swept the ridge. Hunting for survivors, Doss ran toward the chaos alone. He dragged one injured soldier to the edge of the cliff, then another and another. Over and over, he braved sniper fire, machine guns, and grenade explosions, pulling his comrades across the blood-soaked ground. He treated their wounds and then single-handedly lowered them down the escarpment, using a rope he defashioned into a makeshift harness. Each time he sent a man down to the medics waiting below, he whispered a simple prayer: "Lord, please help me get one more." Hours turned into a long, terrifying night. Doss kept going. His hands were raw and blistered. His uniform was drenched in blood, but he refused to stop. By the time the sun rose over Hacksaw Ridge, the men at the bottom had counted 75 wounded soldiers who had been lowered to safety, all of them saved by one unarmed man. The very soldiers who had once mocked him now stared up in absolute awe. Their Manak, the man without a gun, had done what no rifle or tank could. He had saved them from annihilation. Doss's courage didn't stop there. In a later fight, he was severely wounded by a grenade while shielding another soldier. Even then, he insisted that medics treat a more critically injured man first. While being carried off the battlefield on a stretcher, he spotted another wounded soldier rolled off and crawled through the mud to treat him. For his extraordinary bravery and unwavering dedication, Desmond Doss became the first conscientious objector in American law history to receive the Medal of Honor. He wasn't celebrated for killing, but for his refusal to let anyone die alone. Years later, the men he saved all said the same thing: "You don't have to carry a weapon to be a warrior." Desmond Doss didn't go to war to take lives. He went to save them, and in doing so, became one of its greatest heroes. Thanks for watching. If you were inspired by this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible tales of courage.